Anderson Cooper.
What?
That's for you.
No, please.
Happy Friday, everybody. We finally made it to the end of the week. February 1st, Regis has the day off, and Anderson Cooper is here. You're in luck. National Wear Red Day. I see a lot of women in the audience sporting their red.
Is it really National Wear Red Day?
National Wear Red Day.
I just coincidentally wore sort of a red day.
It's heart disease, #1 killer of women and men, and so we're all acknowledging that today. And
I'm obsessed with heart disease, actually.
Are you
really?
really?
Because my dad died very young of heart disease. So.
No kidding.
Yeah,
and my father had a quadruple bypass
oh, really?
surgery.
You got to get it right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually, like, for the last 20 years, have been on, like, you know, cholesterol-lowering stuff. And
no
yeah,
kidding.
Been
What,
obsessed
so,
with it.
and how is your cholesterol?
It's good. It's very low and stuff. I'm still going to, die at a young age, but I've
No,
accepted
you're not.
that.
You're supposed to spit. Everybody spit to the left. Spit to the left.
That's an attractive scene right here.
But that's not true. We're so much more aware now than I think our parents were, you know?
Well, that's true, yeah.
And they have so many, we have like, there's pharmaceutical help, we have nutritionists and trainers that we can
Do you take a lot of
with.
vitamins and stuff every day?
I'm horrible. I take fish oil. Gelman got me to take fish oil.
I take the fish oil, too.
But I do, that's the
It
only
smells
vitamin.
bad, though, which I don't like.
You have to swallow it fast.
Yes, that's true.
My kids take one that smells like strawberries and fish.
Really?
So when I cuddle
That's really
up
the
to
most
them,
disgusting combination I could
it's hard.
possibly
It's really
imagine.
horrible. I'm like, oh, if they weren't my kids, they're just so stinky. But today is the red dress fashion show
Okay.
that I walked
that's
in last
right. Okay.
year. I wore.
This is interesting because I was on a plane from Los Angeles to New York yesterday, and what's always interesting when you fly from Los Angeles to New York is there are always these big celebrities on the plane.
Oh, it's really like, if for no other reason, just take a flight from LA to New York.
It's much better than going from like Topeka to New York because you never know who's going to be on. So there I am, and right behind me was, and I forgot, I don't know her name, Cheryl from Curb Your Enthusiasm, the actress who plays Larry David's wife.
Right, Cheryl
who was
Hines.
brilliant on the show, fantastic. And next to her was Harry Hamlin and his wife from Dancing with the Stars.
Lisa Rinna.
Lisa Rinna, okay. And they were all talking about walking the catwalk.
Yes.
And of course, I'm not talking to them because I'm too scared to actually talk to people. So I was just eavesdropping. And on planes you have to yell to hear above so you can hear everything they're talking about. And they're talking about walking on the catwalk, so that must be what they're doing.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Got it.
I'll never forget, I was backstage last year, and I'm trying to think who it was. Somebody's agent came up to them and said, now remember, don't model. Do not ham it up. Just walk the runway. And I was like, the heck with that. I am totally modeling, and I am totally walking this runway like I am Giselle Bundchen. And I did, and I had the time of my life, although the runway is so long that you really think, am I going to run out of music?
So how do you walk as a model? I've never understood, like, the models who walk, they're like...
I'm sorry. What else do you want to know? Yeah. By the way, you see
I like
how
the
the
sort of
audience,
lean back you
No,
did,
the
yeah.
audience was like in on that because I do this here
I
at
know.
least 15 times a week. If there's a lull in the show, I'm like, I'm sorry, you were saying Diane Sawyer? Let me model walk. I can't stop myself. But let's talk about you because I've been watching you everywhere. You are on top of this election coverage. Tell us everything you know. We want to know everything. Start at the beginning.
I don't know. Did anyone watch the debate last night between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama? It's
Have they made friends?
Front page right here. I know, it did seem like they made friends.
Like suddenly
I don't
they
buy
made
it for a
friends.
second.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what everybody's saying, is that their relationship really is strained, maybe, and that it's like the friendship is maybe pretend.
Well, it's hard to know with politicians what's real and what's not.
Maybe they just got tired of fighting.
I don't think they're tired of fighting. I think we're going to see a lot more fighting coming up. But I think they wanted in front of that crowd on that night to put on their best face and to kind of talk about the issues. And it was an interesting debate. I did the Republican debate the night before, which was interesting, and there was a lot more fighting between the two. But it's really surreal when you're moderating these debates, because, I mean, it's so strange to see these politicians up close.
Right. What do they look like up close?
It's it's like going to the Hall of Presidents at Disneyland. You know,
Yeah.
it's like they're kind of they're remarkably lifelike.
Right.
The thing that I noticed, though, is that they don't actually sweat. And I don't know how this is possible, because I sweat more than, like, Albert Brooks in broadcast news. You know, literally, I'm drenched in sweat because I'm so nervous. They, I think, have had their sweat glands surgically removed at some point.
Kidding.
Yeah.
There's never any sweat on the face.
Never sweat on the face.
Never any sweat anywhere.
Nothing, yeah.
No kidding.
And even if they're not wearing jackets, I mean, I've checked, and I actively look for sweat, and there's been no sweat.
So they take off their jackets and roll up their sleeves to show, like, they're
regular
here to work.
folks.
Right,
Exactly.
I'm regular folk.
Right.
I'm going to roll up my
But they're
sleeves.
not so regular because they don't sweat. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
What do you think? Do you think they have padding underneath there?
I don't know what it is.
Man.
Yeah.
You should pat them down. Get to the bottom of it. Or just say, how about, listen, you control the debate. Why don't you say, Senator, excuse me, why don't you sweat, and what do you think the American people could do to also stop sweating?
That's right, yeah. What are you going to do about the sweat problem? Yeah, exactly. That's very possible. I could do that. The other strange thing is I did a debate at the last election when there were, like, 4 years ago.
47 people.
There were about 100 people running at that point in the Democratic, and I did a Democratic debate, and afterward, there's this thing, the spin room, which is literally, it's the most honest thing in politics. It actually is what they say it is. It's a room where basically the candidate supporters just go and spin, and so they'll, even before the debate's over, they're like, my candidate wiped up the floor, they did great.
Right.
So I went to the spin room after this debate, and this reporter came up to me and started asking me this lengthy question about Israel and occupied territories, and I suddenly was thinking, why is he talking to me about, why is he asking me this political question? And then I realized he thinks I'm General Wesley Clark.
Oh!
And yeah, he was this Italian reporter, because at the time Wesley Clark was running for president, and I felt bad for this guy because his English wasn't very good, and it took him so long to ask this question, so I almost answered the question.
Yes, you should have said something ridiculous.
Right, exactly.
I think we should give everyone cotton candy. It's not really Wesley Clark. You could walk away and say, I don't know, this man asked me a question.
Right, exactly. But I just, I walked away.
Yeah.
So what is, I find this interesting. On my program on CNN, 10 p.m. Eastern, every night, have recently been talking a lot about Yetis and Bigfoot. And I come to the program today, and backstage they're all talking about Yetis. And you claim that you started this Yeti phenomenon, but I got to tell you, I have been on top of this Yeti phenomenon for weeks now. And for me, it started with this picture. Has anyone seen this picture?
Yes.
This was taken.
I saw this on your show.
Right. This was on Mars. See, you saw it on my show,
I did.
Then you all start talking about the Yetis. But anyway, this was taken on Mars, and a lot of people on the internet were saying that this was actually like a person on Mars. I thought it was a Yeti. Or a Bigfoot, because it does it's actually a rock outcropping, according to NASA.
No. Of course, according to NASA, they didn't want to create a national panic. Clearly, that is a Yeti. And we should all run for our lives. No, but I saw that, because my 10-year-old son is obsessed with Yetis and Bigfoot and Sasquatch and
right.
Yeti.
Does he believe? He believes.
He believes. Okay. He is a believer, and it's like
Have you told him that it's a guy named Larry just running around in a
I don't want to crush his dreams. I'm like, of course there are Yetis. Of course there are Yetis and unicorns and elves and all of it. And so I woke him up when this was on your show, and I said, I have to show you something. My friend Anderson Cooper, who is like a rough and tumble news guy, he is on top of everything in the universe, has found a Yeti on Mars. And he's like, I knew it! I knew, A, that there were Yetis, and that there was bee life on Mars. I knew it! And I'm like, okay, spread the word in school tomorrow. Good night, honey.
I actually knew well, actually, never mind.
No, you knew a Yeti once.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. I'll reveal that.
But I like it. But I have to tell you, though, I did see your Yeti coverage, but we've been doing the Yeti before then.
Really?
Yeah, we really did, because we got yak hair on the cheap, and Gelman said, somebody sent us yak hair. What can we do with it? I know, let's make a Yeti costume. I'm not kidding. And hence Yeti trivia
See, I
was
don't
born.
understand the difference between a Yeti and a Bigfoot and a Sasquatch.
Okay, a Bigfoot and a Sasquatch, I believe, are the same thing.
Okay.
And a Yeti is like a Himalayan...
Oh, like a snow
like
version
a
of
snow,
that.
It's like a snow Bigfoot.
Oh, okay.
Lives in the Himalayas.
Lives in the Himalayas, okay. Like
Visits here.
All right.
Yeah, or here.
All right. Like the
Right.
abominable snowman. See, that I understand.
Yeah. See, on your show, you cover, like, news, and on our show, we cover, like, Yeti news. We are the Yeti channel. Okay, you may think you are, but we really do believe.
No, I hate to bring this up, but I don't know if you all saw the latest on Britney Spears, which, you know, it's just sad.
Getting very
just
sad
incredibly sad.
And it's like making me nervous now.
Yeah,
it's because I feel like somebody needs to step in and actually physically, and they were talking about it in the article, her mom wants to remove her from LA, and I think that perhaps...
Well, get out of Los Angeles. I don't understand why you would live with all these gaggle of people following you around to everything you do. It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, and I don't know why it's like allowed to go on.
Right, yeah.
I feel like there needs to be like a court injunction saying, okay, listen here, what we're seeing here is not normal, and so we should all back away.
Well, also, everyone else should sort of...
Since we're all human beings on this earth, let's just back away from
Well, also, if
situation.
people stopped, you know, going to the websites to look at the pictures, then
I
there would be
agree.
less motivation to actually have people pursuing this young woman. But I did notice she had a tattoo similar to yours.
Yes, we went together. No. Yeah.
Are you going to get more tattoos?
No, I'm actually I'm contemplating having this one removed.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like it's all fun and games
Till somebody gets hurt?
when you're 18 years old and you're like, I know, I'm going to be defiant. I'm going to get a tattoo and then come home and show my parents. And then suddenly you realize it's the equivalent of wearing the same sweater on your leg for the rest of your life. Really. It's like, you know, times have changed, styles have changed, and I didn't, you know.
By the way, do you wear sweaters on your leg?
No, I'm just saying it's like wearing the same design every day on your leg. It's not that I'm anti-tattoo. I'm too like I change my mind too much to have the same thing.
Well, I always feel bad for the people who got like Chinese character tattoos, and then they find out that actually it's not the word they thought it was.
Yeah.
You know?
It means mystical. No, it doesn't. It means stinky.
Right, exactly.
Right. That happens a lot.
It does, because I guess with Chinese characters, they mean something in relation to another character. So if you just have the one character, it means something different, from what I
Right.
understand.
It's like loser.
Right, exactly.
It's like putting a big L on your head.
Exactly.
Right. I remember those pictures of Angelina Jolie having that tattoo of the tiger on her back. Do you remember?
Right.
And it was like a...
It was like done through traditional methods or something.
Right. With like spears and a hammer. And I thought, gosh, why?
Are you excited about the Super Bowl?
I am.
Are you
I
really?
actually am. I mean, I'm excited because my girlfriend has a Super Bowl party and we go to that, but I don't think I'll actually see the game. I mean,
Do you know who's playing?
why? No, I know the Giants and the Patriots are playing.
Okay, well, there you go.
Are you going to go?
No, I don't know anything about it.
No.
I'm just pretending to right now.
But will you go to a Super Bowl party? Will you eat Super Bowl food?
No, I don't go to Super Bowl parties because I don't know what to talk to people about at Super Bowl parties. First of all, I don't like parties in general because I'm a complete loser.
You're really not, though. You're
no,
fun.
no, it's fun. I've
I've
accepted
been to a party
it.
with you and you're fun.
Yeah, not really. No. I'm fun. I'm fun in the sense of like everyone points and says, "Why is that person hanging out in the kitchen by himself?" That and so I've become the object of ridicule. So in that sense, I'm fun.
So when I hang out in the kitchen with you, does that bother you? Did you really just want to be alone?
Well, no. I enjoy your company. It takes me a while to come up. I just never know what to talk to people about at parties.
Oh, isn't it painful?
It's painful, and I literally allow there to be long silences, and then I start to whistle.
Yeah, right.
Which really freaks people out.
Right.
Yeah. Whenever there's long silences, I'll just start to whistle.
Right. Have you ever done something really dumb at a party? Like, so what do you do? And it's like, I'm an Academy Award-winning film director.
Right, exactly.
And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. What is your name?
Right.
It's Spielberg. Steven Spielberg. Oh, from like E.T. and such.
Right.
Like, this is why I don't leave my house.
Inevitably that happens, and I name a movie they were in 20 years ago, which basically says that everything you've done the last 20 years is meaningless.
Right.
So you're like, yes, I did do that movie a long time ago.
Oh, hello, Michael Keaton of Mr. Mom. And he's like, yeah, I've gone beyond that film.
Right.
Yeah, no, this is why I try never to leave my house because it's actually It's really painful.
Right.
You know, it's those moments.
Well, it's funny. We've been. NBC News has hired Michael Douglas to be the voice of their newscast, the authoritative voice. So we've been looking for our own celebrity, announcer. So we auditioned Ozzy Osbourne a couple weeks ago. Yeah, no, literally, we did, and he was fantastic. Literally, he had no idea where he was, and I so appreciate him coming to do it. He was so game for it, and Sharon Osbourne was there, and she's just fantastic.
Right.
And he was great because he was just like. You can't really understand a word he says, which is why we wanted him as the announcer, of course. And he did a great job, and so he may get the job. Or we just auditioned Fran Drescher.
Oh, that's good.
Very good voice.
So you want like a voice that's sort of...
We want a distinctive voice that is instantly recognizable and has gravitas.
Wait, I am sorry. What about Regis?
He's so, you can't... I would be thrilled.
I mean, think about that. Wait. Think about that and be like, you're watching CNN, or maybe you're not. You should be watching my show. Get me the hell out of here.
That would be, yes.
If you want, I can just imitate him, and he doesn't even have to know.
Actually, you doing Regis, doing the announcing voice, that would be even better.
It is a slam dunk. Think about it.
When I saw Fran Drescher, I got all excited because I'm a big fan of the movie Spinal Tap. I don't know if you ever saw Spinal Tap. And it's I don't know, it's got to be at least 20 years old.
Yeah.
She was in Spinal Tap, a small role. She played Bobby Fleckman from Palomar Records. I literally know every line she said in that movie, and I started quoting her Spinal Tap. And she was like, I've done a lot since then, so you're kind of a loser.
Right.
She was like, thanks, I guess. But she was actually lovely, and we're going to play her doing the announcing voice soon.
Can you reenact Fran's?
I can't do her voice, but I mean, it's so distinctive. And what's great is she has this adorable little dog who's like one of those little balls of fluff you just want to squeeze because it's so cute.
Yeah, so cute. Right.
And she brings it everywhere she goes.
Is that like a Pomeranian, right?
It's a Pomeranian,
yes,
that's right.
They're very fluffy dogs.
Yeah. But it was so, like, whatever you would imagine Fran Drescher to be, that's who she was. Like, walking with her Pomeranian through the office. Yeah,
it
was cool.
I've met her before. Mark actually
she's
did
so fun.
a
She's
movie
great.
with her, and she's really fun, and her voice is so instantly recognizable.
And the first time she did it, it was kind of straight. I was like, a little more Fran. And she's like, oh, okay, I get it. And then she fully
that was very good.
No, that wasn't good at all. But I appreciate you saying so.
Yeah, I'm trying to do my Fran, but I realize I don't really have one.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
but
good.
I'm going to work on it. And on Monday's show, you tune in. You're going to see I will practice at the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl party, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Well, we've got a huge show today.
Yes, we do.
Yes, our good friend Jeff Probst is here.
A new survivor.
Have you been to Micronesia?
I've not been to Micronesia. No.
Wait a minute. Has Jeff Probst discovered a place Anderson Cooper has not been?
I've heard of Micronesia, but I have not been there.
Well, it's Micronesia fans versus favorites, so they're putting fans against favorites.
Favorite from prior survivors.
Prior survivors.
Not people actually won, but some of the favorites.
I see. I got it.
Fans versus favorites.
Got it. And Jeffrey Tambor is here. He's got a new
show. Welcome to the Captain.
And we wrap up our Healthy Hearty Football Party. See how that rhymes?
I got it. It's a lot of alliteration for Nervous Network News.
Yeah, it's a Healthy Hearty Football Party week with Ted Reeder and his recipe for turkey, mushroom, and spinach meatloaf.
Wow.
See that? We can actually make a meatloaf on this wood plank.
Really?
Yeah.
The plank comes with the book?
The plank comes with the book.
Wow.
It is a cedar plank, and you can grill things on it, and you can cook a meatloaf on it, too. He's going to teach us how to do that. It's very exciting. And if you've ever had my meatloaf, you don't even know what you're missing. It's that unforgettable.
By the way, I've heard that you work out with Jeff Probst.
I have worked out with
You never invited me to work out with you. What's up with that?
I will take you today, Anderson Cooper. Don't even challenge me. I will take you suit and all.
Oh, yeah? It's time for, I'm very excited about this. It's time for Yeti Trivia Sudoku.